Your cell phone is ringing. Are you answering the call? It depends. Some people have a special ring so you know who the caller is. Perhaps if it's your son, yes, you take the call. The President of the United States, yes, you take the call. Some other ring, maybe not. Or if you don't have a special ring for every person on your list, you probably have caller ID. So you can look and see who is calling you and then make the decision if you're going to answer the call or not. Now, ladies and gentlemen, honored guests, esteemed judges, I don't really care if you answer your cell phone or not, but what I notice is that we have a lot of filters to make that decision if we answer the phone or not. My question to you this evening is, when your life is calling, do you answer the call? Or do you have so many filters that you don't even know life is calling? Now, what do I mean by a call? A call to me means the opportunity to step forward in life to bring forth my highest and my best self. My highest and best self. That's a thought. Now, I used to think that in order to have a call, you had to be someone who was famous, or someone who was going to be President of the United States, or a famous actor, or it was going to be Mother Teresa who had a call. Somebody like that. Somebody who was really special. And actually I wondered to myself, am I special enough to even have a call? Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I found out you do have to be special to have a call. But every person that's here tonight is special. Barbara's special because she's alive on this earth. Harry's special. Everyone here is special. So again, I'm asking you, when your life calls, are you answering the call? Now, sometimes a call comes and it's fun and wonderful. One of my calls happened to me when my son went to middle school. They didn't serve lunch there, and he needed to bring his lunch to school every day. Now, I've never been that good at making lunches in the past, but I decided that I was going to become the queen of lunch. And I did. I made sandwiches that were cut up in fun shapes. I cut up fruit. I would find little treats like Legos that were made out of sugar, because I was going to be the queen of lunch. I'm a nutritionist, and it was important for me to provide a healthy lunch for my son, and that's what I did for his 3 years in middle school. Well, middle school ended, he graduated, he's on his way to high school. I said, Costa, what are you going to do for lunch in high school? Because they had lunch at high school. He said, Mom, what do you mean? I said, well, I don't think it's probably very cool to bring your own lunch to high school. And he said, Mom, I hope you'll still make my lunch for me. Oh, I got to be the queen of lunch for 3 more years. I have 1 year left. And just as a note, today in my son's lunch, when he unzipped his lunch, there was a chocolate Easter bunny that I got yesterday at Fred Meyer's that cost 27 cents. I cut out a little piece of Easter, because it was left over from Easter, and I put Happy Tuesday. So that might not affect the entire world, but every day when my son unzips his lunch and eats that, he knows that his mom loves him and made that lunch especially for him. Now, sometimes a call isn't quite just fun and games. A number of years ago, our District 32 invited the then president of Toastmasters International, who is Dil Babasakra, to come to one of our events. I went to the event. In the course of his speech, he mentioned the accredited speaker program. I thought, that sounds interesting. I'm going to do that. I had no idea what the program was, but I thought, yes, I felt called to do that, and I literally jumped in not knowing what it was. Little did I know how much heartache and joy and challenge being in that program has been for me. One of the most exciting parts of that program was after I submitted my application in August. In February, I got a letter from Toastmasters International that said, "You've been judged up to the next level." I felt like I was on American Idol. I'm going to Hollywood. I prepared for my speech. I went to Calgary, not to Hollywood, to give that speech. It was a very good speech. I was proud of myself. Later that night, I got a call from the incoming president, Jana Barnhill, who said, "Your speech was very good, but basically it wasn't good enough." That wasn't a very fun call to get. But after that, people said they would help me and be my mentor. I hired a coach. I dug deep. I decided I had made a commitment to become a better speaker, and that's what I was going to do. I upped the ante for myself. Last year, I went all the way across the United States to present again at the International Convention. It was a great speech, probably one of the best speeches I ever gave in my entire life. That night, I got a call from the person who got to make those phone calls and said, "You need to get 80 points in order to qualify, and your score was in the high 70s. But the judges really want you to come back again." So I still feel that that's my call. It's a challenge. It's not easy. It's an interesting process, and I feel like everyone has a call. And maybe it's not to be the President of the United States, but you might get a call to be the president of your club. Or maybe you're called to make lunches for your child. Or maybe you're called to be a better parent. Or a better person. So again, ladies and gentlemen, it makes no difference to me if you answer your cell phone or not, or if I don't have a special ring on your phone. But please, when life is calling, listen. Everyone has a call, sometimes many, many calls. So when life calls, please answer